What is gwanning, peeps? What is gwanning? It's Valerie here. Good morning. How you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, wherever you are. And if you're watching this, you're at the Daily Spiritual Tea. So like I said, and I always say, I get an oracle card out or a couple of oracle cards, depending on the mood and how I feel. And that's the message. And then we flick tarot. And tarot on top of it. And usually my tarot not only gives me a spiritual message, but it also gives me a tarot message in general that you might be interested in. And it's usually about human interaction, human relationships, a lot to do with love relationships. But we'll see what comes out today, shall we? So if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe, hit the alert bell so you know when I'm going to do another video, because these spiritual teas get deep. And I also do just general reads at least 3 times a week and all sorts of things. So these are almost daily, the daily spiritual tea. Then I do another set of videos on top of it, and I'm also on TikTok doing the damn thing. So please join me in all these connections, but all the links is in the description below. Okay, so let's get a card out. So today I'm using the Sacred Destiny. Oldie but goodies. And these cards are highly underrated, and I don't understand why, because they're beautiful cards. And the messages are even deeper as well. So let's get a card out and stop shuffling, Val. Holy Spirit, holy angels, guides, ancestors, beloveds, please give me the message we need to hear for the collective today. Thank you. Oh! Do you know where this is going for me already? It's forgiveness. Do you know what? The minute I saw that, I thought, oh no, here we go. Is there people in your life that you need to forgive? That's the message. Is there people in your life you need to forgive? And you're not forgiving these people because you need to forgive them. You need to forgive them for yourself. The minute you can go inward and forgive somebody, you can move on. You don't hold the grudge and the harbour. If they did you wrong and they need to, they need forgiveness, Spirit will deal with it for you. Revenge is mine, saith the Lord. I know I'm quoting the Bible, but revenge is mine, saith the Lord. Karma is a motherfucker. Let me tell you. Karma is a mother. And she serves it, dishes it up cold. So don't worry about revenge, because, if it's warranted, it will happen. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, this is so deep. It's almost like, do you see when you see that moon? And I don't know if you know, but when you see the full, this is not a full moon, but somebody's stretching up towards the moon in this picture. Can you see that? And usually different moon cycles are used for different things, if you didn't know. And the full moon is about forgiving. It's about grace and being grateful. And forgiveness there's a whole ritual. It's on my Patreon, actually. I read the whole book, Moonology, and on Patreon as well. The whole book is on Patreon. I read it to my Patreons, but the full moon in particular is about forgiveness and for being grateful. And there's a whole ritual. You actually write down what this person did to you. You write down how you forgive them. You be grateful for the actual intention to do that. And then you go outside, or you take your white candle and you go outside and under the full moon if you can, or just do it on a full moon and burn. It's like a Dear John letter. Just burn it. And then see that person float away in a bubble. And I'll tell you what, if you do it with intention, it works. I'm telling you, it bloody well works. You just forgive and you move on, and you don't think, it makes it easier for you to forget about what they did to you, and leave it to Spirit. Leave it to whoever it is that your ascended master. Leave it to God. Leave it to Spirit. Leave it to the universe. Leave it to whoever your ascended masters are. Leave it to them, because if it's warranted, they will deal with it. Oh, I could keep going with that one. I'm telling you, look, because it will help you to have new beginnings. Usually this is about closing cycle. I don't know if you realise, when you're forgiving, you're closing cycles. It's like sometimes you have to forgive these people from afar and you release them. You release them and you're starting new cycles. And this is what this new beginning is about. But you got to be open to understand. Don't stand still, people, because it's your happiness you're thinking about. Oh, you see what I mean about these cards? This is another set of cards that I could use as tarot, but I'm not going to. But yeah, this is the card we're focusing on, forgiveness. There's people in your life you need to forgive. This is going to be a doozy. Trust and believe. Let me just find out why this card is here. Forgiveness. This goes in alphabetical order, so forgiveness. Let's see. Okay, so it says, it describes the card first of all, but there is a message. I'm going to describe the card because this card is beautiful. It says, as the sun sinks behind the horizon and the red and orange turns to the lavenders and deep purples of the ensuing night, the day is complete. Sunset signifies that a new cycle has begun. At each star emerges into the velvet sky, we enter a realm of the dark unknown where magic and even the mystery of life itself seems to shimmer above us. To be regretting that the day is done is to miss the glory of the starry heavens above. So here comes the message, okay? I have to turn the page, sorry. Here comes the message. The sacred landscape wants you to know it is human to want to hold on to the past. I'm going to drop the mic on that one sentence. Our memories, experiences and relationships. However, there has been times when we are carrying so much of the past that we can't fully see the present. The past doesn't need to equal the future. Just because you have a pattern or a recurring challenge in the past doesn't mean that it needs to reoccur in the future. The key is to be willing and ready to simply and cleanly let go of the hold that the past has on you. The past is gone and it's okay to let it go. The way to do this is to fully immerse yourself in the here and now. I keep telling yourself, get busy, people, get busy. You ain't got time to sit down and think if you're busy. That's one way of getting over it. Meditation is another one, and finding self-awareness, the dark side night of the soul. But anyway, the past is gone. It's okay to let go. The way to do this is to fully immerse yourself in the here and now. Be super aware of the sights, sounds, smells, textures, and energy of your present. When you do this, the past simply vanishes and the glory of the present emerges. And this is what forgiveness is all about. It's letting go of the past and moving into your here and now. Being the here and now. Do what you need to do. Set those goals for the future, yes, but don't look back. Like a pillar of salt, Lot's wife. Someone reminded me it wasn't Babylon, but I knew it wasn't Babylon. I was just guesstimating. It was Sodom and Gomorrah. I don't know if you've been watching my daily spiritual teas, but I was talking about Lot's wife turned into a pillar of salt when she looked back, and it was Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, so that would make more sense to you, the debauchery that went on there. But I don't know why that's popped up. But yeah, the past, looking back on the past. So don't do it. Sometimes these people will cross your mind, but don't fester on it. Release it, let it go. Forgive. Forgive for yourself more than to forgive for them. And I need a sip of my coffee, so please bear with me, people. I got a baby jug here. So let's get some cards out and find out why this is here, okay? So I'm going to stop the preaching because the forgiveness card is here. And I'm going to get out. Let me see. I'm going to get out today, people. I'm going to get this one out. Tarot of the Mystical Moments. Okay, I love these. This is a new one for me. I've had it a couple of months now. I think I bought it last year. Before Christmas, definitely before Christmas. But they've got extra cards in it. I like tarot cards that have extra cards because it gives more depth to the actual situation you want to talk about. And in this case, it's got female and male kings on each suit, and it's got a female and male emperor. Okay, so it makes for interesting reading. So there's no doubt if it's a male or a female that you need to forgive or whatever. So let's get some cards out and find out what the hell's going on. Holy Spirit, holy angels, thank you for your guidance, protection, assistance. Please tell us, why is the forgiveness card here? Please give us the message, Spirit. Beloveds, guides, angels, what do we need to forgive? Do you know what? I've had to forgive a lot of people. I've had to forgive a lot of people because they know not what they do sometimes. Some of these people do know what they're doing though. Some people do it with intent. They want to wound and hurt you in intent. And they may even do physical things in intent, like try and steal your money, try and use you, try and manipulate you. Do you know what I mean? But Spirit's got your back. Just know and believe Spirit has got your back. If they really did do you wrong, nothing but karma gonna yam them body. Let me tell you, you don't have to do nothing. Spirit said, God said, whoever, revenge is mine. It's all about balancing out the scales of justice. This is what karma's about. It's like balancing out the scales. Because in this life, everything is balanced. I'm a strong believer in the law of balance, okay? You get what you give what you get. Look, cause and effect. You know, it's like when you go to work. A good analogy is when you go to work. You don't expect to go to work and not be paid. Okay, unless you're doing it for charity, obviously. You're doing it for charitable reasons. It's still an equal balance because you gain appreciation, you gain, you gain things from doing things. And you have to remember balance is, so it's like you go to work. You don't expect to you get paid per hour. Or you get paid as an entrepreneur even. You reap the rewards of doing that. There's always an exchange. This is what balance is about, is an exchange. So I say all that to say, with forgiveness and karma, okay, someone did you wrong, the God is going to balance that out. And it's like, when they do wrong to you, sometimes it's to your benefit because, nothing, but it's the balance. Nothing but good will come out of it. Yeah, initially it's a problem. Yes, initially it's just like, oh my God. But the scales of justice, the scales of balance is here to actually even out the playing field. Keep going. This is such a good subject. So what's the first card? Yeah. This person is definitely not balanced. Or is it you that's not being balanced sometimes? Or is there somebody in your background that's not balanced? The King of Swords is about somebody who's always up in their head and never in their heart space. And there's no balance there. That's not balanced, is it? This is definitely, in this deck, you can't deny male of feeling. This is definitely a masculine energy. Now, a masculine energy, it could be a woman in their masculine energy, but these cards have got the King of Swords in the feminine. So, there's some whole lot of dogs barking outside. Is someone being a dog walker today? But anyway, this is somebody who's definitely up in their head. Is this you who's up in their head and not in their heart space? You're thinking and strategizing and you're looking forward. And it could even be somebody in your past who thought that they could have one up on you or was looking for revenge or something. You need to forgive that person. You need to forgive them. Yeah. Careful what you wish for, you might just get it. Because look, I don't know why this card is here, the Ace of Swords. When I look at this, it's almost like it's not even giving me a spiritual message, to be fair. But this is all about investigation. This is all about watching. This is all about looking into situations. If you want to look at it in the good sense, yeah, it's about news. It's also about news, but like, is someone looking to see? Do you know what I get from this? There's people in your past that you might have forgiven, but you've never gone there. You forgave them from afar. But all these people are doing is watching you. And it's somebody who was in their heart space who wants to come forward to you. The Ace of Swords is somebody, do you know the Ace of Swords is somebody who wants to come forward to you, but also they're watching the situation. And again, they're strategizing. They're investigating. They're looking for the best way in. Oh my goodness, this is not even a spiritual message. Forgiveness. Do you need to forgive this person? Does this person want you to forgive them? I mean, it goes both ways. Look. Because this is you. You're the stable, reliable one. But they took advantage of that, didn't they? They took advantage of your good nature. only for you to come out and talk. This is the boss bitch, the boss man. I was looking for, forgiveness is a deep thing. Do you need to forgive this person? Do you see you're looking at each other? Do you see you're looking at each other? Is it that you need to really forgive certain situations and certain people and certain things? Are you looking to forgive somebody? Is that why this card is here? Because that's smack bang in the middle. What's coming up here? Oh my goodness. This is the Ace of Swords. Sorry, I've mixed them up. The Ace of Swords and the Page of Swords is here. Does someone need to give you some clarity and some truth here? This is why... see, that makes perfect sense now. That makes perfect sense. There needs to be some clarity and truth between. There's somebody in your life, or there's people in your life that you need to forgive. But I'm getting, the forgiveness card is here. I'm getting that sometimes these people weren't clear with you. They didn't give you no clarity, no truth. They didn't actually end the situation. They left you in limbo. You need to forgive these people and move on, because all they're doing now is watching you. You need to forgive these people and move on, honestly. You need to. Forgiveness, remember, forgiveness is for you. And not forgiveness is for you first. But you need to forgive these people and move on, because if you don't, you're just going to be feeling like this, the Five of Pentacles. Now, I'm seeing two stories here, but I'm trying to come from an actual spiritual perspective first. But I'm already seeing the story, because it's like Spirit is saying, forget the spiritual tea, get down to business. Because there's too many swords here. And then they've got 2 pentacles, 3 swords. I've only taken out 5 cards. Pentacles and swords. It's ridiculous, because look, somebody's in a lack mindset. It's like, are you mourning the loss of somebody, but you need to forgive them and move on? Are you actually in this mindset that, you feel lack because this person is not in your life anymore? Is it that you needed to forgive, but it's the right thing to actually let that person go? It's the right thing to let that person go, because they don't mean you any good. And if you let them back in your life, are they going to do the same thing, or are they going to come correct? Even if you got closure, but you don't need to seek closure from people. People do these things as a strategy to keep things open-ended, as a strategy. Again, a strategy. Forgive and move on, because they want you trapped in your head. Because look here now, they want you trapped in your head. See, we've got a King of Swords here who needs to come with some clarity and truth towards a Queen of Pentacles, okay? Somebody who is stable. It doesn't necessarily talk about money. Yes, it can talk about money. You are the boss bitch who knows how to make money at a drop of a dime, okay? But it could also mean that you're just a stable, reliable person. You're a matriarch. You're the head of the family sometimes. You're the one that is got their head screwed on, in situations, okay? Is it that somebody needs to forgive, clear up the situation and forgive? Somebody needs to forget. Somebody needs to clear up a situation here so that things can be forgiven. But until that person does that, it's almost like you're holding on to grudges, holding on to stuff. This is why this card is here. Forgive and move on. I automatically forgive people. I automatically forgive. And sometimes they get the karma right in your face. You see the karma in your face. But sometimes you just have to forgive, release, and move on. And do it with intent. Don't do it just for the sake of doing it. Do it with intent so that you can move on. Because you're then taking away something to make space for something new. And this is what you don't seem to understand. Even out the justice, even out the balance. Trust and believe, people. This is deep. But let me tell you the story what's really going down here. Somebody fought with their head and their heart. Now they need to come with some clarity. This story's moved on. And it's to you, the collective. In the meantime, this person, Deborah, watch you. And they're in a lack mindset now because they thought they were winning the battle, but they didn't. They trap themselves. Do you see the cage around this person? Do you see the cage? And the rose at the bottom indicates love. It indicates somebody who's trapped in their mind about somebody that they loved or somebody that they really cared for. Okay? Do you know what I mean? And they messed them over. And now they're in this lack mindset. Yeah. Because what's happening now here is that you're holding back. You're holding back from this situation. Because you said, I forgive you from afar, but it doesn't mean I have to interact with you. I forgive you, but it doesn't mean I have to interact with you. And that's what it is. Sometimes you just don't need to interact, so we hold back. You see yourself behind this, you lock up, you throw away the key, you're behind the gate, nobody can get to you, or this person in particular can't get to you. Because, did they have you in a third-party situation? And they did it with intent. All you can do is forgive this person and move on. Sometimes it's not even that. Do you know when I say a third-party situation, I could mean a lot of things. It could mean they had friends in the background that egged them on to do certain things. It could be that they just, a third-party situation is just interference. It's interference, full stop, and that's all it is. You don't necessarily mean it's a lot. They had you in a third-party situation, love situation. It's not going to be for everyone. Do you know what I mean? It could be just interference from family, could have been friends. And look, now this person is in their 10 of swords. Okay, they're in their victim mindset. Oh, well, me. They could even blame you for their misdeeds. They say, well, if you didn't do this, I wouldn't do this. That's the height of manipulation. I don't know if you know, people. That is what you call manipulation, gaslighting. So these people are blaming you for their misdeeds sometimes. Forgive them and move on. Because this person's now in victim mode. They're feeling like betrayed. They are feeling betrayed. Or it could be that you feel betrayed. And you may have every right to feel betrayed. But do you know what, at the end of the day? Don't take it on. Forgive and move on. This is why this card is here. This card is beautiful. I love this message. Because sometimes we just need to forgive and move on, people. We just need to. Holy Spirit. Yeah, look, 7 of Wands. This is you protected yourself. You felt betrayed, so you protected your energy. This is 2 cards of protection here. Look. You held back your time, your energy, your money, everything. You just held back. And this is the 7 of Wands. This is you behind the bars, protecting yourself, having barriers, having boundaries. This is what this is about. Love these cards. They literally give you the message. I'm telling you, the 4 of Pentacles. It's almost like the mini hermit mode. Do you know what I mean? It's like this person is locked behind a gate in their house. They throw away the key. This person might have the key to these locks and to stop you from withholding. But they got to come correct, haven't they? Do you know? Because it's a balance thing again. Do you see what I mean about balance? The lock and the key. When I first started this journey, I told you, I kept getting dreams about the lock and the key, the lock and the key. Somebody has the key and you have the lock. And they've got to make the effort, and they've got to do something to unlock. It's like unlocking your heart. It's like unlocking your boundaries. Not to say you're not to have boundaries, but I mean they're unlocking things because they come forward and apologize, or they come forward and they do the right thing. But until they do that, forgive them and move on. Forgive them and move on. Because that's, revenge is mine, saith the Lord. Do you know what I mean? This is you with the barriers. Let me get one more card. This is you with the barriers, but I tell you. Holy Spirit, yeah. You had the strength and tenacity, the power to say no. To say no to this nonsense. To say no to somebody that's treating you like shit. To say no to somebody that could be either physically or mentally abusive. We can go that deep. Forgive and move on. And I know it's hard when people are doing this, but I'm telling you what, you make space for the good when you let go the bad. Forgive and move on. Release. Forgive and move on. Trust and believe. This is a deep message today, people. There's people in there you just need to forgive and move on, because if you don't, you're just not creating the space in your life. Honestly, what's here? See, look, the 4 of Cups. Somebody feels rejected now, and this person is up in their head. Do they want to work on this situation with you now, but they don't know how to come forward because of the chaos and conflict they've actually done? And now it's a tower moment for them. Damn, you see? I'm the bottom of the deck, queen. I'm telling you, my stories come out of the bottom of the deck deep. Because I'm telling you, this is a story of somebody who needs to come to some clarity and truth towards somebody. It could be family members. It could be whatever. You could have, like, for example, you could have family members that are up in their head and they know you can unlock a lot of stuff if they would just come forward with some clarity and some truth. Okay? If they would just come forward with some clarity and truth. It could be family members even. And all they can do is watch you. But they're in this lax mindset. They're just feeling lost. Do you know what I mean? This person is feeling lost because you've put up your barriers towards people because of what they did to you in the background. Do you know what I mean? These people are really feeling like victimized now. They're feeling lost. They don't know what to do because you got barriers up. You had the strength and tenacity to understand and know that it's time to stop certain things. It's time to step back. It's time to actually forgive and move on. Do you understand what I'm saying, people? This is deep. I'm going to leave this up here again. Forgiveness. That's going to be a screenshot. I trust and believe. Forgiveness. Forgiveness. I'm going to say it one more time. The power of free. Forgiveness. Let me just drop the mic and leave you to get on with your day. Until next time, people, don't forget, if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe, hit the alert bell, so you know when I'm going to do another video. And please share. If someone needs to hear this, please share it. Please pass it on. Please like, especially. Okay? So until next time, take care.